Welcome back, students. So let us continue with our revision. Now we are discussing here short answer type questions. Already we have discussed some 4 questions. Now the next. Here the question which I took here. See now the first question. Why was Matilda unhappy in her early married life? So from which chapter this question is taken, or this question belongs to which chapter? Yes, correct. From our supplementary, that is Footprints Without Feet. And the name of the chapter is The Necklace, is the name of the chapter. Now here we know in this story the major character, that is Matilda Loisel, is the major character. And her nature, she was an unhappy lady or woman, discontented in her life. She was not satisfied at all. And here we have to give the reason why was she unhappy in her early married life. Because she wanted to live a luxurious life. See now, Matilda Loisel was not content with what life had given. It means what God has given to her, that she was not contented in her life. She expected a life of what kind of the life that she was. She expected a life of affluence, comforts and luxuries. Such a life that she was expecting. Who? Matilda Loisel. But she had to live in want and poverty finally. Though her dreams, her desires, her longings that were too high, but here finally that she had to live a life. And we know her husband, that he was a PT clerk there. And where was he? A PT clerk there, that is given in a board of education, that he was a clerk, an ordinary simple person. And it was not affordable for him to live a luxurious life. But if we look at this lady woman, that her dreams were high, that she wanted to attend a pub or the parties, plus food, that is description is given what kind of the food or the plates that she wants. So now she had to live in want and poverty. Then unhappy. She was unhappy in her life to live a simple life and with limited means, because she could not afford, with her husband, that ordinary clerk, that she could not afford what jewelry plus dresses, different kind of the dresses, luxurious such clothes that she could not afford, because her husband was a PT clerk in the board of education. So why was she unhappy? Due to her nature, that she was she was longing and affluence, comforts and the luxurious life. So that is what her dreams were totally different. So after this question, let us come to the second question. As I told you that here this is the short type question, sometimes 20 to 30 words, and then for 3 marks 40 to 50 words. According to the question, according to the weightage of the marks, that we need to include the content. Now coming to the next question number 2. Describe a curious episode which took place in a clergyman's study room. And from which chapter this question belongs? Now this question belongs to the same book, Footprints Without Feet, and the name of the chapter is also the same. What? Footprints Without Feet, Invisible Man. Now see, what episode took place here? We know that here a kind of a curious episode occurred in the clergyman's study room. Even though the money from the desk was missing, what was the matter there? We know the matter. Just I will read out the matter. What was the matter? That clergyman and his wife, that they were, for example, having the rest very early in the morning. Both clergyman and his wife were awakened by the noises in the study room. Creeping downstairs, they heard the chink of money being taken from the desk. That they heard everything. without making noise when they went downstairs with a poker in his hand, and as he flung the door, opened the door, but for his amazement, what happened there? He realized that the room appeared to be empty. He and his wife looked, they checked everywhere, under the bed, for example, under the desk, behind the curtains, plus up the chimney, everywhere that they checked, they searched, but there wasn't a sign of anybody. The room was totally empty there, yet the desk, but still the money was missing, and the desk had been opened and housekeeping money was missing. So this kind of the episode that you need to describe here for this question. The question which I wrote here, even though the money from the desk was missing, but there was no one seen in the room. I wrote in the form of points. You write complete sentences. A peculiar episode, a kind of robbery where robber was not seen or he was not visible. Who? Robber. Robbery took place, but robber was not visible. They heard the chink of money. Who? Clergyman and his wife being stolen, but for their amazement, the room appeared to be empty. Being stolen, but amazed to see that the room was empty. So this episode that you need to define here or describe. So children, in this way, here we have discussed 2 more questions for short answer.